Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy D Mike the Creator. Hey, I want to touch on what I learned through the states. Today we have is Las Vegas, Nevada. Right. One thing I learned when I was in Las Vegas, Nevada, two things. One, it's a fast city. Definitely not a place for me. There's a lot of bright lights when you go on the strip, though, and it's still very busy, like a lot of big cities are. But the main thing was to be still and observe. Right, that was one big thing I took away from Las Vegas, Nevada. Reason being is because, like I told you in my previous videos, when I got to Tulsa, Oklahoma, my heart broke for the homeless, right? And I really admired their unity, um, right? The community, like they helped each other out regardless of the lack of material possessions, And when I got to Las Vegas, Nevada, and really Albuquerque, I was trying to live like the homeless, right? And really find the joy in the things outside of materialistic, pleasures, right? Really, it was all internal, just to be in nature, be outside as much as possible. And really, the only time I was outside was when I was editing videos, or because I was in the library, or I might read. But I really took those outside. I can be able to do that, whether it be in my car or at the park for a limited amount of time, and it kind of helped me push myself to do it in a certain amount of time if I wasn't in the library. But really, to be still and observe, because um, a lot of our answers come from stillness. Believe it or not, it's very easy to get caught up in this society where it's telling us just motion, motion, motion. You have to do something to be able to get certain things done, right? And I believe yes, that is true to be able to do certain actions, but rest, stillness, observing things, it's a balance to be able to do that and then put the action towards it, right? So you can be able to see what needs to be done, right? Instead of just blindlessly, you know, um, tiring yourself out, tiring one out. And that leads to not necessarily exhaustion, but um, there's a word I'm looking for. When I be stuck on the word, I don't like to proceed unless I can get that word, and it's burnout. The word is burnout, right? Sometimes you got to be still, right? And words just come to you. But you know, because this, like I say, this society, it definitely encourages just constant action, constant motion. And sometimes we just need to rest, be still, observe. And that's one thing I really took in when I was in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I'm very grateful for that. And also, like I say, I learned a lot from just observing the homeless. Like I said, I wanted to become like them. That was my mindset, to be able to learn the way they moved, how they moved, talking to them, and sharing things with them. It was very eye opening, and um, found a lot of joy out of that, honestly. And it was like I said, it was a beautiful moment. It was a journey my soul needed, and I'm glad I took the time to first of all notice and observe that want that I had inside of me, and also took the action to do it. You know, I'm sure a lot of people probably have done it, and a lot of people have not done it, or some people are not willing to do certain things. And I'm willing to go into areas where it seemed to be dark, and certain sometimes even neglected, to be able to learn from it, because I'm that person that um, people could say certain things about certain places, but they've never been there. But either way, it doesn't really matter, because I want to experience it for myself, right? Because this is my journey, and you don't learn until you go try it out. Like, being a kinesthetic learner, doing the things and learning from by doing it, opposed to auditorial or visual, seeing it or hearing it, right? Like I say, and we're all these things really to an extent, but I like to live my life in a kinesthetic manner, right? Trial, error, fix, move on, right? That's how we learn. That's how we learn about ourselves in this life journey. We're never going to stop learning about ourselves. Like we don't know ourselves 100% right now, right? You're going to come into circumstances that you find a lot more about yourself, and that's the beauty of it, right? So just being still, observing, and like I said, just resting. That was one of those things that I really enjoyed about and learned from Las Vegas, Nevada.